Hello, bystander enthusiasts! It is I, Ben10 of YGO, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero. And today I am on Bystander's channel, obviously, because you're looking at me. You're welcome. I'm kidding. So you're probably wondering, why are you on Bystander's channel? Well, Bystander issued a little challenge to me. And he decided that he wanted me to come on his channel and showcase you a dinosaur deck, and I showcase you my version of a dinosaur deck. But he wanted a little twist because, I don't know, he wanted to torture me. I had to use the OCG's limitations on the dinosaur deck. So, with that being said, that means we are piloting a dinosaur deck in the TCG format with one Oviraptor. So, since I have to pilot this thing with one Oviraptor, I rose to the challenge and said I will. And then I experimented with the deck. Now, this is probably not the best version of the deck, I will give you that. But I only had about 24 hours to really give time to mess around with it, which was not as much time as I would have liked. However, that being said, I'm going to showcase you the deck here in a little bit. Basically, this is how we do things on my channel, so this is kind of how this format's going to go. You have the intro in the front, usually with a little bit of, comical shenanigans. In the middle, we'll have the replay footage. And at the end, I will have the deck profile for you guys. So without further ado... Oh, come on. It's one video. Sheila, Blue, put that down. You know what, guys? You watch the replay footage. I have to go fix that. Oh, you know what? No treats for you. Oh. Oh, well, so much for putting them back in the cage. Anyway, outside of my bad choice in pets, here's the deck, and let's go over it, shall we? So, the first thing that you're going to want to know about this particular build of the Dinosaur deck is it's incredibly crippled. That's one of the biggest things you're going to need to know, is limiting this card crippled it. Having this card doesn't exactly make up for it, but it does help. Now, the reason I say that is we have search targets for this card. This card is basically one of the cards we're using to replace the Oviraptor. We're also doing a similar move with the Dino Wrestler Stegosaur here because it can search our Quasilisk and our Pankratops. This card's mainly just in here as a free summon. We can't really use it for our link plays, but it can be used in synchroing, which can be useful provided you have the right kind of cards in the field. It's a big if, but that's okay. It's just a free body, and it's also free lunch for this dude, or just a card we need to blow up with one of our True Kings. I didn't get a chance to experiment with a lot of these cards. I did experiment with these two. Reasoning kind of hurts. They just call 4, and then they get lucky, so there's a lot of different levels. You have your 1s, your 2s, you have a lot of levels in here, but 4 is the most dangerous, and half of your level 4 monsters you want in the grave, and the other half you don't. So, yeah, you really don't want the Stego in the graveyard. This guy's your replacement for the Oviraptor, along with the other Archosaur here. What you're searching off the Archosaur is your Claw Crow and your double evolution pill. Your Claw Crow is to help you make link plays if that's what's necessary. Because you do play your Oviraptor as your dark, and you can also turn your Archosaur into a Link Kuriboh to add more dark monsters. Fossil Dig being at 2, I don't know. That was very... the deck becomes very reliant on the Archosaur. So basically, Archosaur replaces the role of Oviraptor in this deck, and I find it a little bit annoying because it definitely... I really hope the TCG doesn't copy the OCG on this. I hope the OCG kind of conforms to us, and the reason I say that is because this card's like, I don't know, the last I looked at it, it was like at $50 last time I looked at it. So it's expensive, it's hard to pull. This card's like $8 or something like that. It's also getting a reprint in a unlimited version of the Dinosaur Structure deck, so I would like to think that Konami would not be dumb enough to copy the OCG on this one, but I imagine that a lot of Dinosaur players will be forced to play the Archosaur, and then they'll have to play non-Dinosaur monsters to make the most out of using it, because basically what you're trying to do is you're going to have to search the Claw Crow or the pill. Your Claw Crow is also another target for the pill if you should open with it, so you have a non-Dinosaur. That's kind of where you're going with this. Your extra deck's very basic. You have all the cards you need to play in this kind of deck. Like, you have your Calamities, you have your Trishula, because, you can make it with all the shenanigans. You have your Logia and your Dulka. If I was to say, like, here's all the cards that are like absolutely necessary that you have to play for a Dinosaur deck, and then for this variant in particular, you'll definitely need a Link Kuriboh because you'll need a 1. But these are the cards you'll need. The rest is kind of up to you on how you want to play with it. I went with all these different kinds of cards because I was like, hey, I'm going to try to build things and make them go a little different. Like, I went for Rayfordocus just to try to find another way to get another Dinosaur in the graveyard if necessary. You don't have to go that route. There's a lot of room in the extra deck to play with. You can also try to throw in other cards in here and see if they work for you. These didn't work for me, but they might work for you. Cosmic Cyclone, it's back row hate. You're going to need it, especially because you're going to come up against things like the Eldritch, the Adamancipator, or not Adamancipator, the Invoked variant, and there are other variants that are all going to be, where this card's going to be uber useful. Anything with a field spell, you're going to want to have set rotation. It'll slow them down. We're also playing the Gold Sark to kind of like another card to kind of like replace the missing Fossil Dig, because at this point, a free dinosaur is a free dinosaur, which is where the Giant Rex and the Gold Sark combo come into play. And if nothing else, you can like banish something that you can use later. I think it can be any card. You could even remove a Fossil Dig, get it back in 2 turns. Especially if you get an early like Calamities play, you could easily then play the Gold Sark, because then your opponent's going to be stalled off for 2 turns, giving you the time you'll need to get that card off of that Gold Sark. So That's just this is just what I came up with, guys. This is Bystander's idea. He wanted me to play this variant of the deck because he likes to torture me. Anyway, so if you're new to Bystander or me, Ben10 YGO, I'm sure he will have a link to my channel somewhere, or either in the end card or in the description. You know, so come check me out if you're interested. I do like wacky stuff, like you just saw. And I occasionally also do things like interviews and things like that. Bystander is going to be on one of my behind the screens interviews soon. So, you know, keep an eye out for that, especially if you're a fan of his. And, yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. And, I'm Ben10 YGO, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.